Hey guys, welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, we'll continue with another topic that is discussed so often when our children start to grow up. Yes, that is the cost of education. I know all too well about that. And one firm has decided to help families along the way. The Barnes firm, which has launched a scholarship fund eligible to graduating seniors in New York and in California. And of course, they'll present $2,500 to 10 winners in each state. Now, Rich Barnes, he's the president of the Barnes firm, and he joins us now. Thanks for joining us on Main Street Living. Rich, how's everything going?
Oh, it's going very well, Quincy. Thank you. It's great to be here.
Well, first of all, I don't want anybody to get confused with the name Rich, but why did the Barnes firm decide to start a scholarship fund and why now?
Well, we at the Barnes firm, Quincy, have a long and proud tradition of trying to give back to the communities that have been so loyal to our practice of law. And this particular idea came to a number of our staff. And to us, it seemed like a great way to give back because, as you mentioned, a lot of folks are this time of year thinking about where their graduating high school seniors are going to go, if anywhere, as far as university and college. So we thought it was the perfect type of give back program to the community and the perfect time to do it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They say no time is more perfect than the present. Now, of course, the cost of education is always a big topic here on Main Street, but $50,000 is a big number. Now, how was that figure chosen? And also, Rich, what was the response when this was first announced?
Well, you're right, Quincy. That is, not an insignificant amount of money. But we decided instead of giving just one worthy qualifying student the entire sum, that it was more in tune with our philosophy to spread it out to, as you mentioned, to give 10 worthy students in New York State, where we have 3 offices, $2,500 each. Same in California, where we also have 3 offices. And it just seemed like an equitable way to do it. It's certainly not going to cover all the costs for each student, but it's a nice little extra boost that we're very happy to be participating and helping out families in that regard.
Yeah. I mean, helping out people is one thing, right? But you guys have been featured on Main Street Living before, so our viewers are, no stranger to your attorneys doing good in the community, of course, Rich. But I got to ask you, man, like, what was the initial reaction amongst your employees when they found out what you guys were launching here in the scholarship fund?
Yeah, great question. They were very enthusiastic about it because we like our staff to participate in these type of programs and decisions. We ask for their input. We ask for their thoughts on the format that we were considering, and they're just excited for it to get rolling. And we'll probably have their participation in making some of the selections as well on the committee that we're going to be putting together.
Awesome. Now, of course, I mentioned it earlier, not one, not two, but we're talking 10 students in each state, California and also New York. They will receive the money. Now, what are you looking for, like as far as in the selection of the winners? Like, what do they need to have?
Right. Well, here's the basic criteria, Quincy. Three things that we're going to be looking at. One is academic achievement. Uh,
Mhm.
the second is community service type work that the students may have engaged in, and then last but not least is an essay that we're asking the students to put together and submit to us. And we were pretty wide open about what they wanted to include in that essay. We just said we're interested in knowing why you're applying for this, and tell us a little bit about yourselves for us to consider in making our determination.
Got you. Okay, well then, lastly, are you doing this, Rich, like so you guys can get a head start in the recruiting of the top talent years down the line? Like, is this like a long play?
Well, that's a great question. I had not thought of that until you just brought it up, but it's a good one. Well, I think I'd answer it this way. If some years down the road, some somebody came knocking on my door and said, Mr. Barnes, I was one of the winners of the scholarship, and I completed college, and I completed law school, and I passed the bar exam, and I'm looking for a job. I think I'd be very proud of that and be most interested in talking to that young person further. Sure.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I know, like, when you do good and then you see what your good has done years later when it comes back in front of your face, and it's like, wow, yeah, you know what? It wasn't lost on everyone else. Like, I reached one person. Well, Rich Barnes, obviously, you're the president of the Barnes firm. We just want to thank you so much for joining us today. And of course, congratulations on starting the scholarship fund.
Thank you very much, Quincy. It's been a pleasure being here and giving us a chance to talk about it. Thank you.
Awesome. We look forward to seeing you again.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Really, really, really impressive stuff right there from the Barnes firm. Also impressive. We welcome Cheryl Nelson back for more on Main Street Living right after this. You guys stay right there.